All right. All right. Oscar, wake up, man.
Oh,
Are you
that
there?
I'm texting my chiropractor.
Oh, is your back okay?
No, that's why I'm texting my chiropractor. See,
Ah,
I thought I could do it during the interview. I mean,
okay.
during
Oh,
the intro. I guess not.
it's all possible, man. It's always a little bit possible. All right. Welcome back to Focus on You with Phil and
Me.
Oscar. And we are here today because we got a great guest ahead for you. Somebody you're going to love because who
Now that
doesn't
now that
like to
COVID is
travel?
over, now that COVID is over, and
Yeah.
we can move around again. It's
Bing,
time for
bing.
some revenge travel.
Revenge travel. Bum, bum, bum. All right. I even added sound effects to that. Can you believe that? I added sound effects. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. But yeah, we have a great guest for you today. She is the most amazing travel information specialist you're going to ever meet. And talk about charisma and spirit and heart. She's an amazing person, and we wanted you to meet her, our audience. So that's going to be for you today. You want to learn more about travel, how to save money on travel, uh, this is the show to watch. So go grab your friends, have your lunch, and sit down and listen in to this new next program here. But before we get into that, Oscar, how's your week been?
Week has been fine. We're so close to moving downstairs. I can taste it. I'm getting rid of stuff. I found out I was cleaning out the kitchen cupboard. I found a can of sardines that was dated for 2015 back there. I'm like, it fell back there. So it expired in 2015.
That is hysterical. That's hysterical. Wow. Wow. Um, well, my week has been kind of like crazy, but we're planning this program for tonight. Spend some time planning this program for tonight, and it is called the Bishop's Corner. Okay,
Yes.
we're on Thursday nights at 8 p.m., which is tonight, and our program we're going to be talking about grace for good health, right? It's been such an excellent series so far. I had to share it today because we take our health for granted sometimes. And, we just kind of go about our day and eat what we want to eat and do what we want to do, not knowing that our body is trying to send us a message like, help.
You know, on that note, there's a YouTube video. It's only about a half hour long. And
Hmm.
the title is The $100 billion ingredient that makes your food toxic.
Ooh.
What is that? And it's all about refined oils, refined seed oils that were not
Hmm.
ever designed to be eaten by humans.
Consumed. Uh-huh.
Like one of the things like canola oil, there's no such thing as a canola plant. Canola,
Really?
canola oil stands for Canadian something light low acid, and it was originally, get this, a lubricant for ships in World War II. And then when the war was over, they said, well, what are we going to do with this oil? And they said, well, if we refine it just one more time, we could feed it to people and not kill them right away. So
This is canola oil.
this is canola. Canola, there's no such thing as a canola plant. It's Canadian low acid refined oil.
Yada yada yada.
What I heard, and I'm not an oil expert, but that is what I heard. Do your own research. Again, the $100 billion ingredient making our food toxic, available on YouTube, and there's like a picture of a hamburger there. Incredible background on how we are slowly poisoning ourselves with processed food.
Man,
You can
we
watch
gotta
that.
do.
I'm gonna
Let's do a special on that. Let's do a special on that. and really kind of highlight that, because
Yeah, it's a little half
that's
hour that
crazy.
really.
We could do a little documentary. That's special to go. Also, what I wanted to announce was our meetings that we have moved our Tuesday power up lunch meetings from Tuesday at 12 to Wednesday at 8 a.m. And so far, so good. It's been fun. We would love to see you there. At 8 a.m. on Wednesdays, we have a great lineup of experts that talk about their business and what they do, because that's what we do here on the Phoenix National Network. We want to give you as much good information as possible to get you to the next level of your life. And on that note, let's present our guest for today. Oscar, you want to introduce her?
Sure. As I said before, COVID is over. The pandemic is done. We are now ready for some revenge travel. And why would you want to pay top dollar when you travel? We are in the gig economy. Everybody's finding a way to make money from where they are. And Melissa has found a way to do that. Melinda. There's so many people. Melinda.
Melinda.
I work with a Melissa,
Yeah,
so it's
I
like
didn't do it.
first.
He did.
No, I'm becoming like
Melinda
you.
Brown.
So she has found a way not only to make herself some extra income, but how to show people how to travel and like the rich and famous on a beer budget. What was that champagne
Champagne life with a beer
on a beer
budget.
budget?
And with no further ado, we're going to introduce you to Melinda Brown. Come on down, Melinda. Come
Good.
on down.
Hey, how are you? How are you?
Good.
It's funny,
Good.
Oscar. I was just thinking about what you were saying about that can of sardines. And just a couple years ago, it probably isn't even a couple years ago, maybe last year, I found in my cabinet a bag of dried bay leaves that was like from 2000. And so, needless to say, that gives you an idea that clearly Melinda is not doing a whole lot of cooking, but 2000. Needless to say, I did throw it away, but I was like, it's a whole bag though, because I'm not real good with wasting things. I'm like,
Don't encourage him, Melinda.
don't eat it. Don't eat it. I did throw it
Well,
away.
my thing, anything that expires, I give it to the chickens, so it eventually gets turned into an egg.
There you go.
So again, the expiration date is, there's an expiration date for a reason. That's to protect themselves legally, but it extends past that. But just in case, I give it to the chickens and.
So, Melinda, it's great to have you on Focus on You with Phil and Oscar. We are very excited to hear, which we are familiar with. We are both familiar with you, but we want our audience to really hear about some of the great things that you do offer. But tell them a little bit about who you are and what you do.
What I do. Okay, fair enough. I am, as he said, Melinda Brown. I'm actually out of the Chicagoland area, and I am in travel. Right. So, what I do is I own a full service online travel agency. So, I can send anyone from anywhere to do anything. So, not just your planes, trains, automobiles that you think of when you think of travel, or resorts, cruises, those kinds of things. But we also sell theater tickets, Broadway shows, Vegas shows, concert tickets, all of those sporting events. So if you want to go to the Super Bowl or All-Star Weekend or Final Four, we can help you do all of that as well. But though I say that, what I really love to do in my business is to show people the tips and tricks of the industry so that they can travel better themselves for less. So the trend in the industry is that people become their own travel agent, right? So if you're going to book something, you're going to open up 10 tabs and search different websites for prices. So 85% of people are booking their own travel, whether they're using booking engines or going directly to those vendors' websites. They're really doing all the work themselves. And because of that, they really don't know how the industry actually works. So primarily, there's commission built into all those, at least most of those travel transactions that you're paying for. It's built in by the vendor, not agents adding a fee. Though agents can add a fee. But as a home-based agent myself, I don't charge a fee for my service because we get paid by the vendor because there's commission built into the things that we do. So there's that. But also, lay travelers don't know that from the inside of the industry, we get to travel better and learn more about traveling. There's all kinds of VIP insider benefits that you don't get as a lay traveler or know anything about. And those 15% of people who do use travel agents, if you know a travel agent, they're trying to book your travel for you and earn those commissions, of course, as their business. They're not teaching you how the industry works. So that's kind of what I focus on with my business, showing people how to, whether you're just a lay traveler, whether you use travel in your business, whether you're looking for, like what Oscar said, that side hustle or main hustle to be able to earn income in the industry of travel. That's what I primarily focus on, helping people to be able to do. So if you're traveling, you love travel, you would love to travel more, but the cost is prohibitive, then let me show you how to either, number one, make the commission that's built into the travel that you want to take. So there's a net savings for you there, or travel from the inside of the industry like a boss. So those are the things that I primarily do in my business. People can, without having any quotas or anything like that, be able to really benefit from being inside the industry. So those are the things that I focus on in my business.
And you said travel like a boss.
Travel like a boss.
Now, I'm no tax expert, but if you're a boss, you're an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
You have to travel for business because part of your business is research.
Mm-hmm.
As a business owner, travel agent, do you get to write off your trips as a business expense?
Ooh, okay. So here is my asterisk. I too am not a tax professional. However, so think about it like this. So you've got employees who are W-2 employees, right? Then you've got business owners. You may have a 1099 contractor, right? So I am a 1099 contracting business, but especially W-2 wage earners don't realize how business taxes work. So as an employee, taxes come out first. As a business owner, then my expenses come out first, and I'm taxed on the balance. So when I go do market research, my market research in my business looks very much like other people's vacations. So you know what? As a travel agent, let's say you wanted to go to an all-inclusive resort in Punta Cana. I am going to, consider booking travel for people in Punta Cana. Well, I can sell Punta Cana resorts best if I have a personal experience. So I, as an agent, will go, and unfortunately, I'll struggle with having to go on these resorts. Take
market
tours.
research is
It's very tiresome and really.
Oh my goodness!
It's a terrible, it's a rough time.
I feel your pain.
I
do.
Oh my gosh!
I am literally crying for you right now.
How many umbrella drinks do you have to really understand?
You need to make sure that the hot rock massages on the beach are what they are purported to be. All the different room classes at those resorts, I need to be able to go and see what they are. Because you know what? If it's an all-inclusive resort that has kids, then I need to go see what these rooms look like. I need to, if I have clients who are vegan or have special dietary needs, I need to go make sure that in the kitchen, they're accommodating my clientele. And so I get a chance as an agent to be educated. So I get to learn about the brands, those companies themselves, where they have properties or cruise ships around the world. What kind of activities can my clients do when they're there? That hot rock massage, is that good? What's butler service like? It's tough to have to, see what butler service is like for my potential client.
I feel your pain.
It is very taxing, very taxing. And so these are things that we get a chance to learn how to do. And because vendors want us to learn about them so we can sell them better, then we get to have, let's just say, the benefit of an education and industry privileges that lay travelers don't know anything about. And
you mean an inside perk?
I don't want to say an inside perk because
let me say it.
I don't technically want you to say an inside perk. Let's just say if you know any travel agents get into travel because they love traveling, right? You don't have travel agents who, want to be doctors and they fall into travel agency and never want to travel, right? So travel is a lifestyle industry. And so who wouldn't want to go see the world? And there are benefits for me being able to do that. So that's what we do over here. We educate ourselves in travel and traveling. As an agent, I have access to learn so much, even from, tourism boards of different countries. My bucket list has increased like probably fourfold because of all the different things that I get to learn, different places I get to learn about. And when we have access to learn on demand from home for free about all the vendors. They want us to know who they are. Perfect example. Did you know that every hotel chain caters to a certain type of traveler? So, as an example, if you're a business traveler, would you want to go to a hotel that caters to families so you can hear screaming kids running all over the place?
Of course I do.
Of course. So everybody except Phil doesn't want that, right? And so as a travel agent, I get a chance to learn about all those brands. So if I'm going to book, you don't want to book your family into a business hotel because you're not going to have a great experience, right? So being on the inside of the industry, we get a chance to learn about those brands, all of those things. If you're a green, clean kind of person, if those are your own personal values, then did you know that the Westin Hotel caters to the green, clean kind of clientele? You'll even find, charging stations at their properties. The rooms, the way they're decorated, the things that they're cleaned with, the soaps and shampoos, the spas, the restaurants, everything caters to that kind of clientele. But if you were just a lay traveler, how are you choosing your hotels? Maybe you have a loyalty program with a hotel chain, but primarily you're going to choose your hotel based off of location and price to wherever it is that you want to go, right? So if you want to go to, I don't know, Chicago, you come to Chicago, then based off of maybe the neighborhood you want to go to, or you want to stay downtown or whatever, then you're going to look downtown to see what hotels are there and you're going to choose something, right? Maybe within your loyalty programs, brands. But other than that, those are the reasons why you choose a hotel. But you don't know all the other things that go into that sort of choice. And as an agent, I get a chance to learn that so that I can help my clients have a better experience and not put them in places they shouldn't be, right? Based off of their goal in travel. The beauty about that is that I can learn that for my clients, or I can learn that for myself. So as I'm adding to my bucket list, you know what? I'm going to these different properties, ho hum, terrible experience, right? The
Mhm.
drudgery of my job, right? And now I get to learn, okay, maybe I like the tiki hut kind of room.
Right, right.
Okay. So based off of that, okay, well, where are the other tiki hut kind of room resorts that I can go to around the world? Okay, well, let's say I'm going to go to Bali, right? Okay, well, let's go see what Bali's tourism board has to say about Bali. What else is there? If I'm going to send a client there or go myself, what can I do there? What are all the things that are possible for me? Am I zip lining? Am I riding elephants? Am I whatever the thing is, right? But I get, oh my goodness, my Alexa reminder to drink water is coming up. So forgive me if you hear that. Okay, Alexa. Okay, Alexa. It's so sorry about that.
Alexa can be kind of bossy lately.
She
You
very
realize
good.
that? It's like, Alexa, I don't need to know this. I am here for you.
Right. So please forgive me. But so these are things that I get a chance to learn. And sometimes when especially like with destinations, those tourism boards, they're like, hey, learn all about us because we can be certified in that destination for
Mhm.
free, mind you. They want us to learn all about them so that we can bring our people there, right? And when I get certified in those destinations, then sometimes they're like, oh, thanks for certifying with us. Take all this free stuff. Or here, these are things that the perks that you can earn because you did our training, that you maybe sent clients to our properties. There are benefits totally outside of my own travel education now. So now I'm a much more educated traveler. So now I can have greater experiences that I curate for myself, even, and earn commissions on my own travel or travel like an insider and have all the privileges. These are privileges that we as agents get a chance to experience. It's a lifestyle business for sure. It's a lifestyle business. And Oscar, you were talking about the revenge buying of travel, and that truly is, we are still in that phase of travel, even though how many news programs have you seen about how people are complaining on, flight cancellations, the price of flights, all of these things, the headaches that are going on right now. But do you see any empty airports in these reports? Are they empty? No, there are plenty of people to choose from in those news reports because they're all going. With our company, just since January, we've sold $800 million in travel just since January.
Wow.
And forecasting $1 billion by the end of the year. So
People are traveling. So my thing is, if you're going to travel anyway, you're the way I'm looking at it, because my brain is like, how I'm a New Yorker, kind of like Chicago East. Like, all right, how can I get it cheaper, better, faster? I don't want to pay I want to pay the inside price. I want to get the best deals. Short of something falling off a truck, I really want the best deal I can get. And what I'm hearing and what I've heard from you before is, we book these great travels, we book these great flights, we save you money. The option is to also become an associate with you and get even a better perk than that. You're going to travel anyway. Might as well travel on the government's dime if you can write off part of it as your business expense. And again, I'm one of these people that found out late in life that a job which is just above broke is it's very tenuous. It's at a moment's notice, during COVID, 40 million people found out they didn't have a job overnight. So again, that plan B is super important. I just ran off when you were talking, because remember I had this book, More Relaxing, Why You Would Be Brain Dead Not to Own a Business. This is a CPA that was doing taxes for people. And basically, I think she found out that, one of her clients was paying every year in taxes. And one year it was a $4,000, refund. And like, what changed? And she looks like, oh, you started a home-based business and you bought at that time, a fax machine, a new phone, and this and that. And all of these expenses, as you said, come off the top before you do your taxes. So, talk about the best of both worlds.
Right.
Travel and travel in style, and possibly write it off on as a business expense. I don't see a downside, except maybe I have to travel with Phil.
Well, you technically don't have to travel with Phil if you don't.
All right, I'm in.
The world is big. Phil can only be in one place at a time. So you don't technically.
You know what? I really just want to talk to you by myself, because Oscar's getting in the way right now.
Right. I'm used to being in the in the bad boy corner. I'm sorry, but that's me.
Oscar.
Yes.
I would travel with you. You know where I'd go? I'd love to go to the jungles of Siberia.
I don't think Siberia has jungles. It's all
see, if you traveled, you'd have known better. I figured I'd throw that in there. But no, Melinda, I love this. This is a great business opportunity for a lot of people. Absolutely. Because you can work this program whenever you feel like it. And even if you don't want to, but you still get the perks of a travel agent. I mean, isn't that a win-win? That sounds like a win-win to me. It's a
triple win.
It does happen to be a win-win. One of the things that I've been in the business for 8 years now, almost 8 years. And there are people that I helped almost 8 years ago who still have their agencies. They don't book travel for others. They book their own travel. And then they make money off of their own travel. There is a benefit to doing that. So when I say a person can own their own travel agency, first thing that people say, okay, I see, I'm not saying the word perk. I keep hearing these gentlemen talk about perks. There are privileges. There are not rights. There are privileges that come in the industry in the event a vendor so chooses. We have nothing to do with that. The industry is what the industry is. Okay, so that's my disclaimer. Outside of that, those people book their own travel. There aren't any quotas, like I said, so they don't have to, they're not required to book travel for anybody or anything. They can do what they want to with their business, as long as they maintain the active status of their agency, as long as they follow the policies and procedures of the company. Then you can book as much or as little travel as you want to. And for those people who are looking for that side hustle, maybe you want to book travel, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to be someone like me who really focuses on helping people to get in the industry. Because you know what? If I could tell you that, give an example of a very, nameless example. I was helping a lady who wanted to go to Punta Cana, and she was looking for an all-inclusive resort. So on one of those large booking engines, she found that for $2,000 for a 4-day, 3-night stay. And so as an agent, I actually called Hard Rock, and as an agent got her a price of $1,200 for that same 4-day, 3-night stay. So first of all, that right there was a win. That price included $150 commission built into the price by the vendor. So what most people don't realize is those booking engines, very helpful in searching, not necessarily the best place to purchase. Our pricing generally is very comparable. However, because our agency is over 30 years old, we have an excellent reputation in the industry. We have, as I've just mentioned, just in this year, the travel that we've booked thus far, but in the last 8 years, we've sold $2.5 billion with a B dollars in travel just in the last 8 years. And so, right? And so because of that, do you think those brands aren't like, hey, right? So very often,
hey, you billionaires.
Hey, right? Hey, book
With
some
a
travel
B.
with us, right? So we have, a whole list of different vendors that we won awards with because we're the primary bookers for that vendor. Okay, well, do you think that the primary booker doesn't get special pricing? Yes. It's funny. I just did recently a quote for a trip in Jamaica at a resort, and I was looking on that resort's website and saw a price of like $4,100 for this particular room. And then our price was $2,300. And I was scared to quote it because I thought there was something wrong. Because I don't usually see a drastic price difference like that. But they were a preferred vendor of ours, and this was the pricing. I was like, oh man, we're amazing. We're amazing. That's what $2.5 billion in travel sales in 8 years will get you. So you can go on your booking engines or even to those vendors' websites, but you never know. I may be able to save you some money even beyond that. But you never know. You never know. So just saying, there's a whole world of travel out there that lay travelers don't even know exists because there are certain vendors that don't sell direct to the public. So if you're going to go on a booking engine, you may not even know anything about what they offer. Those booking engines, I don't care how elaborate they are and how you can find all kinds of stuff on there. That's not all the travel that exists. I have a booking engine that I don't even send anybody to because there's limits in that. There's a whole world of vendors for every category of travel that I have access to that is beyond what's available on any booking engine. So why would I send you to something that's going to limit you when I can, based off of the education that I've gotten from doing trainings with different vendors, and I have unlimited amount of training that I have access to for free and on demand. And so why would I send you to a booking engine, theirs or mine, when I could find something better for you potentially? I know vendors, if you're going to the Caribbean, I have vendors that I know have great pricing. So those are the vendors that I'm going to go to. I'm not going to send you to my website. I'll go book it. No. As an agent, there's a benefit for you working with me because I can know a little bit more than, what you on those booking engines are going to, find out for yourself. But though I can do that, why wouldn't you want to do that? If you were going to travel, why would you not want to travel in a way that you can have great experiences? There is a whole world of things to do that you may not even know exist. So why wouldn't you want to come and learn that? If you want to travel, build a lifestyle legacy of travel in yourself, your family, why wouldn't you want to travel like a boss? Why wouldn't you want that? And if you having access to the industry gives you the ability to be able to do that, why wouldn't you want that if you can?
It's like when you go to the airport, you can wait in the lounge like everybody else, or there's a VIP room for the special people. And one of the things that Phil and I say all the time is save yourself time and money, hire an expert. So here's my challenge. you're going to book a travel somewhere. Go to that travel site, get your best price, then call Melinda and say, this is the best price I've got. Can you beat it?
Mm.
And if she can, you just save yourself some pocket money.
If she can, I think she would.
Well, that's what I'm
Based on
saying.
everything she's saying.
Like, you think you know everything, you're going to book it on this and that. Like, all right, fine. You found yourself your best deal. Now call Melinda.
Well, I can't say you're trying to get me into a dangerous.
I'm going.
This is my asterisk, my disclaimer.
I'm gonna go to Penny Saver flight saving website.
Flintstone Airlines, whatever.
It's giving me a penny for a ticket. I'm gonna go to England for a penny. That's what they say, right?
Right,
you know?
right.
And then you get on the site. You get on the site, and there's nothing like that. You can't even find it. You know, so yeah, man, it's good to have somebody that can actually do the research and look into things for you too.
Yeah, but I tell you, there's a couple things just a couple tips that I want to share with people that may be beneficial to you. First of all, if you're going to book a flight, travel on Tuesdays. Tuesdays or Wednesdays are going to be your cheapest days to book a flight on, to fly on. So if whatever your travel is can accommodate you traveling on those particular days, then those are the days that are going to be your lowest pricing general. It's easily, up to 20% discount on booking on those days, easily or more. The other thing I would say, depending on, who your flight preferred, airline brands are, there are a couple. If you're okay flying discounted airlines like Spirit and Frontier, Spirit and Frontier, you can go to the airport, to the counter, and book your flight at the counter and pay a fraction of the cost. And I'm not telling you on the day of the flight, go book it. That is not what I'm saying. Whenever that would be, couple weeks, months ahead of time that you're going to book that reservation, go to the airport and book it at the counter. All vendors don't do that. Like United Airlines doesn't. If you go to a United Airlines counter, they're going to tell you go on the website and book something. But Spirit and Frontier, you can go to their counter and book your flight and you're going to save. That's just a little for you guys. As an agent, I don't get flight perks. Airlines give perks to their employees pretty much, period, the end. There's few little circumstances outside of that, but primarily that's the end of the day. So when you're crying about pricing, I'm also crying about pricing, right? It's probably been around 30 years ago or so. So once upon a time, for those of you who are young, you don't know that once upon a time there were no booking engines. You booked travel with a travel agent. There were no booking engines, and those airlines stopped paying commissions on domestic flights, which was the thing that changed the travel industry. So you had a lot of agencies go out of business as a result of that, because that was flights, hotels, rental cars, that's their bread and butter. And when that happened, you had a void that was filled then by those booking engines. And so in that transition, of course, travel agents charged a fee. So of course, people don't want to pay a fee to use a travel agent now that they can do all the work themselves for free. Yet, when you do all the work yourself, you're opening up 10 tabs. You're spending hours and hours. You want to poke yourself in the eye, right, for that experience. And there you go. And then whatever amount of travel you have access to on that booking engine, you think that you've done some great, fantastic deal. Yet in my example, that was an $800 price difference in that price. I promise you, on all of the tabs, there was nothing like that $1,200 price to be found on any of those. So think about that. If she booked with that booking engine, the $150 commission is built into the price. So those booking engines are just online travel agencies. So that vendor was going to also pay that website that $150. So not only do they get the markup, they also get the commission. And guess who did all the work? You. So just keep that in mind. And so when you think about, it's so funny because the travel industry is huge, right? One of the largest industries in the world. So there's room here.
Nope, your voice went off. Not yet. Phil, help her out.
So let's see here. Oh,
she's frozen and silent.
No, you're not frozen. She's not frozen
No,
on my end. No, we just can't hear you. I think your mic went out. One second. So we'll let you come back in. All right. So we had some technical difficulties there. And we're going to test her again in a few minutes. So anyway, just a reminder that we have the Bishop's Corner tonight at 8 p.m. And you don't want to miss the show. It's called the subject that we're on is grace on good health. And we have a few experts that will be on there as well. So let's see if our guest has her mic back. Here we go.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay.
Who knows?
All right. Who knows?
No, exactly. Who knows? But you know what? God is greater. So here we go. Right?
Absolutely.
So I don't even know what I was talking about.
Okay, no. We're at the tail end of our program today, and Melinda, you've been awesome, amazing. But we want people to know how to connect with you to take full advantage of this opportunity, especially if they're going to be listening through our audio platforms and so on and so forth. So go ahead and let us know.
And let them know how to reach me. Perfect.
Yes.
So for those of you who can see me, scan this QR code. It's going to take you to meetmelindabrown.com/PNN. And so there you can jump on schedule a call with me to sit down, learn a little bit more about travel. We are available as a business in 30 countries right now. But from a booking standpoint, I can send anyone from anywhere to do anything. So if you want to book some travel, great. Reach out, give me a call. If you want to learn more about how you too can build a travel business from home, whether you're booking your own travel or booking travel for other people, meetmelindabrown.com/PNN. And I'd love to chat with you.
Amazing. Thank you very much for taking the time to come on. Oscar and I really appreciate that. Oscar, any final words?
I'm getting tired of being in New York. I actually have to renew my passport. My passport ran out during the middle of COVID. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So it's time to renew it.
Well, I'll tell you, you better go ahead and put that application in to get that renewal done. Because
there's like a 2-month wait now.
Yeah, there's definitely a wait. So, and that's God willing, there won't be a government shutdown. Delay that even further.
No.
I know.
My question is, if the government shuts down, how will we notice?
Well,
we will. Trust me, we will.
A lot of people who are in food, service lines trying to get fed, and so it's a perfect example as to why you need something on the side. Need something on the side you can make make money from home and build a residual income. So every month you can get paid regardless of what happens in your primary funding source in your life. Build something that's residual. Exactly.
Even
Build
if you're
something-
retired, even if you're
even
retired, you can work
especially
this
if you're
business.
retired,
Especially if you're
because if you're on a
retired,
fixed income, then you
right?
want to be able to save, especially if you planned for, traveling in your retirement. So
Absolutely,
travel more
absolutely.
from the inside of the industry.
All right. This is a great program. We would love to have you back. So you will see Melinda again.
Yeah.
She is not going anywhere. Oscar's going to make sure
Actually,
of that.
she is going. She's going everywhere.
I'm
But
going
she'll
everywhere.
be here also.
Yeah. That's and on that note, thank you again. See you next week.
Bye-bye,
Take care,
everybody.
everybody.